Passion is a beautiful thing. It's an emotion that we feel throughout our being, radiating out from our heart. Passion is important because it makes us feel alive, and it gives us the drive to push through when faced with challenges. Passion gives us purpose and energy that empowers us to contribute positively to our surroundings. And when we can learn how to channel this energy, we can leverage it to create opportunities and open doors in our personal and professional life. Can you think of somebody in your life that exudes passion, somebody who amplifies this, they motivate, they inspire? Are you searching somewhere out there to find what makes you passionate? Stop. It's not about finding one life-changing passion. It's about doing things with passion and learning how to apply this enthusiasm to create opportunities for fulfillment. The problem with waiting for your passion to strike you is while you're waiting, you're not living or engaging in the current space or moment that you're in. We put so much pressure on ourselves to find this one abstract thing or wait for it to come to us that we don't see the opportunities right in front of us. Most of us seek passion and meaning from our jobs, but unfortunately, here in the US, most of us will never have a job that we're passionately engaged in. Sounds depressing, doesn't it? According to a study done by Gallup in 2014, only 31.5% of Americans are happy or engaged in their job, meaning that they have a sense of purpose, drive, and enthusiasm created and shared from work. A whopping 51% are just going through the motions, and 17.5%, well, they just hate their jobs. So, what separates those who find meaning and satisfaction in their work compared to those who don't? Well, it's a lot of things, but ultimately, I think you can boil it down to a few things. And that's feeling like you're making a difference, feeling challenged, and having a positive work environment. Passion is found through doing, and then committing to an idea, a vocation, or a cause. Your passion can change, it can stay the same, it can take side turns, it doesn't really matter. The point is, don't let the pressure of finding your passion halt you or stall you from pursuing things you might be curious about, interested in, or from pursuing a career or a job that you might find less than perfect. When I graduated from Cal Poly, the economy was really bad. Only a handful of my classmates got jobs in landscape architecture firms, which was my major and my passion. I got one job offer for $15 an hour at a residential landscape design company. It is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to design parks and plazas in these grand cityscapes, not backyards. But anyways, I took the job. I figured I'd be there for 2 years and then transfer to a real landscape architecture office so I could work towards my licensure. But what I didn't realize is how much I would end up liking residential design, the creative process, the interaction with my clients. Long story short, I found that I had a passion in something that I thought was just a brief stop in my career. I guess you could say my career story had a plot twist. Especially so when I started to let my passion guide me to take opportunities I had never considered before, such as working in entertainment. I never saw myself veering off the path of being a licensed landscape architect. But when I saw a nationwide casting call for a landscape renovation show, I thought, you know what? I think I can do this. I think I can talk passionately about plants, soil, and concrete and how they all come together to create a beautiful environment. And if people want to listen, well, then great. So what I thought was a long shot in the dark quickly became a whirlwind of phone calls, interviews, and then test shoots. After a lot of back and forth, they finally let me know that I got the gig. And when I asked them why they had chosen me, why did they choose me out of the thousands of applicants, they let me know it's because I had the credentials and the passion. Passion encourages us to challenge ourselves. Taking risks is important for growth. If we can't grow, our passion will cease to exist. And when we take risks, we either succeed or we learn something. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Sarah Blakely, a self-made billionaire and founder of Spanx, embraces failure as opportunity. As a child, her father would say, "Sarah, what did you fail at today?" And if she didn't have a good response, he would be a little bit disappointed because it meant that she hadn't tried anything new. When I first got my contractor's license and I contracted my first job, I was scared. Although I had worked in construction for a little while at that point, I had never been responsible for everything. If somebody got hurt, it came back to me. If I misbudgeted something, it came back to me. If the clients hated what I did, well, it came back to me. But I knew it was a necessary step I had to take. It was a fear, it was a challenge that I had to pursue. I ended up building a beautiful backyard and making absolutely no money. But that's okay. That's okay because it was a stepping stone. I learned so much, and now I can confidently walk out to a construction site and know what I'm doing. Passion encourages us to connect with each other, which brings a more positive work environment, fruitful relationships, and so much more. Positive influencers give us the confidence and the support that we need to pursue our goals. Find somebody who is in a position that you would like to be in someday. Reach out to them. You'll be surprised with how likely they are to answer your questions and give you some guidance. Oprah Winfrey once said, "A mentor is somebody who allows you to see the hope inside yourself." Passion encourages us to make a difference. Find inspiration on how your passion can positively affect others. Let your goals extend beyond your own ambitions. When we pursue goals that only benefit ourselves, it's hard to maintain and will eventually start to lack meaning. When we pursue goals that only benefit ourselves, we'll eventually start to lack meaning and it will be hard to maintain. But when we can focus our energy on the bigger picture, you'll find deeper purpose and support for your cause. Blake Mycoskie, an ambitious entrepreneur and founder of Tom's Shoes, was struck when traveling through a poverty-stricken region of Argentina. He created a unique one-for-one business model that donates one pair of shoes for every pair sold. It's kind of a crazy idea, but he has since donated over 60 million pairs of shoes to children and people in need. His company has since expanded and are now donating safe birthing kits, clean water, and eyeglasses. And if you ask him, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you help people. We will all experience the ebbs and flows of passion in our lives. Passion is not a constant thing, but if we consistently apply ourselves, challenge ourselves, and expand ourselves, we can fuel the fire to live a more passionate, confident, and fulfilling life. It's not about finding one meaningful passion. It's about living with passion, working with what comes your way, and knowing how to create opportunities out of the resources you have. So if you haven't already, start engaging in your current situation. Start connecting with people, and start exploring opportunities. Whether you're in an entry-level job, a boring career, or a challenging relationship, you have the power to change the environment and energy around you instead of waiting for it to happen to you. I think Nelson Mandela said it best. There's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. Thank you.